Can you believe Pete Hegseth is going to be the next Secretary of Defense? So I had a hard time wrapping my head around it last night, and now I love it. And then as I was wrapping my head around it, mostly thinking about how I can benefit from it. And then they hit me with Gates. And it reminded me of the 92 Dream Team. Remember, Harold?
I do.
When they assembled Magic, Mike, and Larry into one team, and no one's ever thought about that before. And now this is what you're looking at. You're looking at the Dream Team. They're assembling a constellation of stars, which I happen to know intimately. And I've never been this excited before. I am so excited for this country, not for me personally, although that's there. I'm just so excited for the change that we're going to see in the next 4 years.
Oh my God. Fucking nightmare, dude. Dream Team. The nightmare team is so bad. Trump just talked about Elon Musk in a closed House Republican conference meeting. He thanked Musk for everything he did in the election and said how he can't get rid of him, meaning he's always around. The girlies are going to start fighting quick.
First, the latest on President-elect Trump. He left Mar-a-Lago moments ago. You see it right there as he heads to the White House this morning to meet with President Biden, then to Capitol Hill. He's also announced nominees for top.
Will they get Brian Kilmeade to and be in the admin? That's my question. That's what I'm excited about. That'll really turn this entire thing around. You know what I'm saying?
Positions in his administration, including Defense Secretary and CIA Director. Also a role for Elon Musk.
President-elect Donald Trump won this election just a week ago, but he is already moving at a rapid pace to fill out his administration, announcing 14 appointments already, 9 alone yesterday.
One of his biggest supporters, billionaire Elon Musk, will lead a new Department of Government Efficiency alongside entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy.
Take over, Elon, yes, take over.
Despite the name, the Department of Government Efficiency doesn't currently exist. Trump says it will provide advice and guidance from outside of government, but there are still questions about how exactly it would operate or be funded. Musk pitched the idea directly to Trump earlier this year.
I think it would be great to just have a government efficiency commission that takes a look at these things and just ensures that the taxpayer money, the taxpayers' hard-earned money, is spent in a good way. And I'd be happy to help out on such a commission.
I'd love it
if it were formed.
Musk has poured more than $100 million into helping Trump's campaign. And sources tell ABC News he has been at Mar-a-Lago nearly every day since Trump was elected, listening in on calls with foreign leaders and weighing in on staffing decisions.
Just to underscore the influence of Elon Musk, sources telling us this morning he's been weighing in on staffing decisions, sitting in on interviews. We are also learning that—
Ironic that the Department of Efficiency hasn't even been created and it will already take 2 people to lead it, Lamau. It has been created. It has been in effect for a very long time. It's called the Government Accountability Office, okay? That's the other part. That's what is so ironic about this situation, is that there is a Department of Efficiency within the confines of the federal government. It's called the Government Accountability Office, okay? They already exist. So it's unironically incredibly inefficient to create another department. I think this isn't even a Reddit cabinet. This is a 4chan cabinet. No, it's a Twitter cabinet, which is 4chan now, but normalized. Oh. Elon is Trump's emotional support billionaire. What if they just give him a Mickey Mouse job that he won't do, too busy playing Diablo and posting? I know. I do think that like Doge is probably redundant and doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, and it's like busy work, but who knows?
This morning that President-elect Donald Trump has really struggled with the position of Attorney General, that he has interviewed multiple candidates for that role. He's walked away unsatisfied each time. And of course, the president-elect will be strengthened and emboldened by a Republican Senate majority in just a few hours. Republicans here in the Senate will be choosing a new majority leader. The president-elect keeping his cards very close. He has not weighed in on an endorsement just yet, Michael.
All right, let's get going. Fox News alert: President-elect Trump will leave Mar-a-Lago any moment and head to Washington at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. He'll have a stop before that.
This literally is like a meme, dude. Like, this is something like a child would do. You know what I mean? If you gave like a 14-year-old the keys to the castle, it'd be like, oh, I want my best friends to be in power right next to me. You know what I mean? Like, the f are we doing, man? A redundant government administration named the pump and dump meme currency the American dream. I know, it's so nuts. It's so fucking crazy.
First, he is going to meet with President Biden, the first time they've met since Trump's historic election victory.
That's right. Meanwhile, Trump's incoming cabinet is taking shape by the hour as he appoints some very familiar faces in key roles for his second administration.
Ainsley, Steve, Brian, and Lawrence, good morning, friends. As the president-elect gets ready to head to Washington.
They can't believe it. They're like, this is unbelievable. What a fantastic, glorious day. Like, one of our colleagues is now going to be in charge of the most powerful military of the planet. Night of the Long Knives 2.0. Yeah, but like not going to be as violent, obviously. Trump's team drawing up list of Pentagon officers to fire. Yes, he wants to fire all of the military generals and Pentagon officials that are disloyal to him, okay, that have not been sufficiently loyal to him. And then he's going to put into positions of power generals that are loyal to him. This way, you know, no fear of a coup, even if there was ever really a fear to begin with. I don't know. Yeah, it turns out when he was like, I want Hitler-style generals, this is what he meant. From New York Times, Trump's win leaves Democrats asking, where are our bro whisperers? I wonder if this article features me at all. Let's see. Nope.
Is considering the creation of a, quote, warrior board made up of retired senior military personnel to remove generals and admirals found to be, quote, lacking in requisite leadership qualities. Which qualities are those? Well, the draft ordered, which was reviewed by the Journal, does not lay out the criteria for meeting or failing to meet those qualities. And a transition team spokesperson declined to comment on it. But this outside board would clearly bypass the Pentagon's regular system, signaling, as the Journal puts it, that Trump intends to, quote, purge a number of generals and admirals, woke or otherwise. In his first term, Trump celebrated what he called my generals, but the tone soon changed with many of them, you'll recall. General Mark Milley, the former chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, has called Trump, quote, the most dangerous person in the country and a fascist. General Jim Mattis, Trump's former Secretary of Defense, said,
Maoist homosexual Mark Milley. Mad Dog Mattis. He's a real mad dog. These guys are all socialists.
General Jim Mattis, Trump's former Secretary of Defense, said he tries to divide us and called on Americans to reject those in office who would make a mockery of our Constitution. And General John Kelly, Trump's longest-serving White House Chief of Staff, said Trump acted surprised that the military's leadership was loyal to the Constitution and not loyal to Donald Trump personally. One fear now is that this warrior board, if created, could shift that loyalty. Another is that trust in the military.
Never, ever calculate the number of sodas that I'm drinking in one day. How dare you? I'm an American, goddammit. Shut the fuck up. Take a week off.
Our most trusted institution.
Never.
Itself could suffer.
Fealty to the dear leader. How fucking insane. Fealty to dear leader. That's a much better standard to apply, I think. Remember, these guys are always like, oh, no more DEI. Unless it means like, you know, getting people who are nice to me in positions of power. Some real brown nosers. There's also nothing funnier than the complete hallucinations of Republicans that there are somehow woke military generals. Like, have you ever met a military general? Like, what do you mean woke military generals, dude? Like, you're looking at fucking Raytheon sales executives, people like Mad Dog Mattis, and you're like, wow, these guys are real fucking woke, dude. Like, what the fuck? Like, I know Mark Milley once said, like, you gotta read Mao Zedong to understand the enemy or whatever the and it's like he's not woke, dude. Are you stupid? The funniest thing is that the military is experiencing a major recruitment crisis. The other reality is that most of these fucking dudes, Mad Dog Mattis and Mark Milley alike, the reason why they talk about like DEI or CRT or whatever the fuck is because they are trying to market the military, dumbass. Because of the crisis in recruitment, the way they see it is like if it works for Chipotle and Applebee's, it works for the military. That's it. So ironically enough, this like change in the old guard is most likely going to cause more instability and probably harm their recruitment efforts regardless. What a gross, monstrous fucking thing to say. Oh, Cuck Todd, you fucking asshole. Saying the quiet part out loud, baby. There it is. Oh, we're gonna save cable TV, dude. Nice. Tulsi Gabbard, Director of National Intelligence, by the way. Every single pick in Trump's cabinet has two things in common. Two things. Loyalty to Donald Trump above all else and deep hatred for Muslims. Those are the two uniting principles for every single person, regardless of their fucking background. Every single person in his, gallery of grotesques have an insane fear of, Islamo-leftism and loyalty for Donald Trump above all else.